Good morning, Western Slope. Happy Friday. I'm Dalen Brazelton. Let's talk about your weather. Folks, it's going to be a lovely start to the weekend here, but of course, we got to get through Friday first. And we're seeing a beautiful Friday indeed shaping up for today. Above average temperatures, that's very similar to what we've been seeing for the last several days here alongside the week. But cloud coverage starting to increase tonight, and that starts to build until eventually it seems like showers are pretty likely happening on Sunday in the Grand Valley. Let's talk about right now, though. We're waking up to 40 degrees in Grand Junction. Mid-30s for Montrose with Paonia, Nucla, and Glade Park all in that mid to low 40 range. Delta being the only one in our forecasting region, with maybe the exception of Battlement Mesa, seeing below freezing temperatures to kick off the day for that classroom forecast. That first bell is ringing of 45 degrees and mostly clear skies. Like I mentioned, we're going to start seeing that cloud coverage really begin to increase as we head into the afternoon and eventually the evening. Mostly cloudy conditions for the afternoon. Upper 60s expected. We will be approaching those 70s, folks, and that puts us pretty firmly about 15 degrees above average, where we should be for this time of year, which again, want to remind you, mid-November, we're seeing 68 degrees, and we're going to be seeing that not just very briefly either. Like upper 60s are expected from 1 to 3 p.m., and then as that sun kind of starts to set, well, it's going to start to get a little bit cooler. Meanwhile, the morning hours, very similar to what we saw yesterday, in those low 40s before the mid-40s kind of kick off for just a brief moment, and then 50s take us off from there. Today is the last, or excuse me, tomorrow is the last day that we are going to be seeing a sunset after 5 p.m. But I guess after is kind of a weird way to put it because it's happening exactly at 5 p.m. tomorrow. For that Cozy Cat forecast, we got Ivy, who's been hanging out with us all week long. And if you would like to maybe see your cat featured next week on the Cozy Cat forecast, send me an email at dbrazelton@krextv.com or send over a message on Facebook or Instagram at BrazeltonWX. But it's shaping up to be a lovely start to the day to hang out with your cat a little bit more this morning. 40 degrees at 7 a.m., turning into those low 50s by 9 o'clock, and then slowly getting into those 60s and eventually close to 70 degrees. Very similar to what we've been seeing in the morning hours as well as far as the wind speeds go, where we've got a very big uptick in wind, especially close to the mouth of the canyon. So if you're heading in from Palisade, keep that in mind. But everywhere else, it's starting to die down, and then by the afternoon, it's basically negligible. Now, rainfall, let's talk about it, folks. We've been kind of keeping track of this for the last several days. Is it going to hit? When will it hit? Your weather apps may have been getting all over the place lately, but it seems like models are finally starting to get into agreement that Sunday is going to be the day that Grand Junction sees some rain. That atmospheric river kind of pushing into the region, and it's not really expected to go away exactly, where we could be seeing the first half of the week continue some of that trend here. Low pressure system pushing in a lot of atmospheric moisture into the west coast, and that's slowly going to work its way into the Great Basin, and then eventually over into the Western Slope as well. But today, it's mainly going to be concentrated into that Nevada, California area. Meanwhile, on Sunday, the day that we're expecting the rain, you could really see that upper level system tracking all the way into Wyoming and parts of the Dakotas as well. So when the time Sunday hits, not only are we seeing that moisture from that rain starting to push in, but we're seeing a fair amount of snowfall as well. The San Juans seem to be the main concentration for that, but we could be seeing our first bout of snow for the Western Slope next week. As we take a look ahead at that Discovery Auto Group 7-day forecast, we're seeing upper 60s for today, mid 60s, and then eventually the lower 60s to wrap up the weekend. Hopefully next week getting us back down closer to those averages. Montrose slightly cooler, seeing those mid 60s today, and then getting all the way into the upper 40s by the time next week is kicking off. Broncos playing at 2:30 on Sunday as well, so get inside, make some chili, and hey, watch some Broncos football.